It starts small. You open your eyes, reach for your phone, and before you've even had the chance to remember what day it is, you've made 5 choices. Snooze or wake up. Reply or ignore. Scroll or get up. Coffee or no coffee. Exist. Or not right now. No alarms go off. No warning lights blink. But your brain, that ancient little machine wired for survival, has already begun its slow bleed of willpower. And you haven't even brushed your teeth yet. You tell yourself you're just tired. Maybe you didn't sleep well. Maybe it's the weather. Or maybe you're just not a morning person. But the truth? You're already exhausted. Not physically. Not even emotionally. You're mentally overloaded. And the culprit? Decision fatigue. It sounds made up. Like some productivity guru invented it to sell you another life planner. But decision fatigue is real. It's psychological erosion, drip by drip, until you can't tell whether you're choosing your life or just reacting to it. Every time you decide what to wear, what to eat, which email to answer first, whether to say yes to a meeting, you're pulling from a limited supply of mental fuel. It's not infinite. It never was. And here's the worst part, you don't notice the moment it runs out. You just start feeling like someone else. Irritable, apathetic, scattered. You start making worse decisions. Or no decisions at all. You binge, you scroll, you zone out, you put things off, not because you're lazy, but because your brain is quietly begging for relief. Decision fatigue isn't about big choices. It's about the relentless flood of small, seemingly harmless ones. Which tab to click? Which app to open? Which text to reply to now versus later? Do I work out, or do I wait until after dinner? Do I confront my boss or keep swallowing it? Do I tell my partner how I really feel? Or smile and scroll TikTok under the blanket again? You're making hundreds of decisions a day, and most of them you don't even realize you're making. That's what makes it dangerous. It's an invisible leak, and by the time you feel it, the damage is already done. Your brain wasn't built for this many choices. Evolution gave you instincts, not calendars and notifications and 12 kinds of oat milk. For most of human history, you had to decide 3 things: run or fight, eat or wait, sleep or stay alert. Now you're deciding between 12 productivity apps just to manage your stress. And let's be honest, you're not really managing anything. You're just surviving the day with enough mental energy left to stare at a screen in the dark until your eyes hurt. Then you call it unwinding. But let's zoom out for a second. Why does this happen? Why do modern lives, with all their tech and options and luxuries, still leave you so mentally bankrupt? Here's the twist. It's because of all those options. The paradox of choice isn't just a philosophical idea. It's a psychological trap. The more options you have, the more brain power you burn evaluating them, even when the stakes are laughably low. This shirt or that one, pizza or tie, Netflix or YouTube or just one more scroll. It adds up, fast. And what's the result? You're too drained to make the decisions that actually matter. Too worn down to say no to something that's eating away at your peace. Too depleted to be the version of yourself you know exists, somewhere under the noise. So you start outsourcing your choices. You wear the same hoodie. You eat the same meals. You let the algorithm decide what you see. And at first it helps. It feels like relief. But slowly it becomes something else. A quiet resignation. You stop choosing not just what to watch, but who you want to be. You say things like, "I'm just not motivated. I'm not that disciplined." Or worst of all, "That's just who I am." But it's not. You're not broken. You're just mentally maxed out. There's something tragic about living in a time where you have more freedom than ever, and yet your inner world feels smaller every day. You have access to every answer, every product, every shortcut, and still your brain feels like it's buffering. Why? Because decision fatigue doesn't care how smart or capable you are. It just cares how many inputs are fighting for your attention and how long you can keep pretending it doesn't affect you. Look closely. Have you noticed how your standards slip by the evening? How your goals feel hazier after work? How you tell yourself tomorrow I'll be better? But tomorrow arrives already half spent. That's not a character flaw. It's not laziness. It's decision fatigue. And it's making you miserable without you even knowing it. So what do? You can't quit your job. You can't delete the world. You can't force modern life to slow down just because your brain is begging for a break. But you can start making fewer decisions. Start with your mornings. Automate what you can. Same breakfast, same outfit, same flow. Rituals aren't boring. They're psychological armor. And more than that, learn to protect your attention. Guard it like something sacred. Because it is. That endless feed of choices, it doesn't just wear you out. It wears you down. And eventually, if you're not careful, it wears you away. But here's where it gets deeper. Because decision fatigue doesn't just affect your day. It warps your sense of self. You start making reactive choices instead of intentional ones. You say yes to plans you don't want. You eat food you don't enjoy. You stay in relationships or jobs or routines that quietly drain you, because the thought of changing them feels exhausting. You confuse exhaustion with contentment, discomfort with normalcy, and numbness with peace. That's the real danger. Decision fatigue doesn't just wear out your brain. It erodes your agency. Until one day you realize you've stopped living on purpose. And it's easy to miss, because life still looks functional. You're working, you're replying to texts, you're paying bills, you're checking boxes. But underneath, there's no clarity, no center, just a quiet ache, a low hum of disconnection from yourself, from others, from any sense of direction. You end up chasing hacks, morning routines, 30-day resets, dopamine detoxes, and maybe they work for a while. But unless you change the core, how you manage choice, how you structure attention, how you protect your mental energy, you'll always end up back here, tired, overwhelmed, and quietly wondering what went wrong. So here's the truth you've been circling in your late-night scrolls. You don't need more motivation. You need less mental clutter. You don't need to optimize your life. You need to simplify it. You don't need to be more productive. You need space to think again. Because your misery isn't from doing too little. It's from deciding too much on things that don't matter until you've got nothing left for the ones that do. This isn't about control. It's about conservation, energy, clarity, self. You get to reclaim them, one boundary at a time, one filtered input at a time, one conscious choice to say no so your yes actually means something. And slowly, without any grand gesture, you'll feel it. That sense of steadiness returning, like coming back to yourself after a long, forgettable trip. Because you're not lost. You're just tired of choosing everything, except peace. And peace isn't found in the next decision. It's found in the ones you stop making. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next.